Every day, thousands of airplanes cross the skies above us. Millions of passengers trust one person with their lives. The pilot. Most flights are routine, but sometimes disaster strikes high in the sky. Engines fail, windows explode, systems collapse. In those terrifying moments, the difference between tragedy and survival comes down to one thing: a legendary pilot. Today we explore commercial pilots whose courage, skill, and calm decision-making saved hundreds of lives. Because some heroes do not wear capes, they wear pilot wings, and legends never die. Chesley Sullenberger. Chesley Sullenberger was piloting a passenger aircraft after taking off from New York. Just minutes into the flight, disaster struck. A flock of birds smashed into both engines. The aircraft instantly lost power, high in the air with many lives on board. Most pilots would panic, but Sully stayed calm. He had only seconds to decide. No airport was within reach, so he made a decision that shocked the world. He would land the plane on the Hudson River. Passengers braced for impact. Then the impossible happened. The aircraft touched down perfectly on the water. Every single person survived. The world called it the miracle on the Hudson, but in truth, it was the result of decades of experience and a legendary pilot, Robert Piché. Robert Piché was flying an international passenger flight across the Atlantic Ocean. Everything seemed normal until the aircraft began losing fuel very quickly. A hidden fuel leak drained the tanks, then suddenly both engines stopped. Silence filled the cockpit. The plane was now a giant glider over the ocean. No power, no engines, only gravity. But Captain Piché did something extraordinary. He glided the massive aircraft through the sky for a very long distance. Finally landing safely at an airbase, it became one of the longest powerless flights in aviation history, and another reminder that legends stay calm when others panic. Haynes. Haynes was piloting a passenger aircraft when the unthinkable happened. The aircraft suddenly lost all hydraulic systems. Without hydraulics, a plane cannot be controlled. No steering, no normal landing. But Captain Haynes refused to give up. Using only engine thrust, he managed partial control of the aircraft, guiding it toward an emergency landing. The landing was violent and the aircraft broke apart, but thanks to his incredible skill, many passengers survived. Later, he said something that defines true leadership. "We worked as a team, and that is why people lived." Zhu Tao. Zhu Tao was flying a passenger aircraft high above the mountains. Suddenly, a deafening explosion shattered the cockpit windshield. Air rushed violently into the cabin. Temperatures dropped far below freezing. The co-pilot was partially pulled toward the window. Controls were shaking and visibility was almost gone. Yet Captain Zhu Tao kept control. Fighting extreme winds and freezing temperatures, he safely landed the aircraft. All passengers survived. He became a national hero. Because in the sky, courage matters more than fear. Tammie Jo Shults. Tammie Jo Shults was flying a passenger aircraft when disaster struck. The engine suddenly exploded during the flight. Metal fragments tore through the aircraft. Passengers screamed as the plane began losing altitude, but Captain Shults remained calm. Her voice over the radio was steady, controlled, and professional. She guided the damaged aircraft safely back to the ground, saving nearly everyone on board. Her calmness under pressure became an inspiration around the world, because in aviation, skill saves lives, courage saves history, and legends never die.